Hello, hello, hello. What ho? Welcome back to another exciting adventure of Radio Free Anarchy. I am your host, Travel Mateus. This is Pensamientos de Viejo, the perambulatory thoughts of an old man. And I wanted to talk about a colloquialism familiar to us all, I'm sure. If you can finish the ism, cleanliness is next to ... Cleanliness is next to godliness. What does that mean? The gods are Jedi masters. The gods are impassible, meaning they are not ruled by their passions. The only passion that rules is that of love. If one's life is led by love, all of the other vices will be depleted of their strength, dispositioned of their hold on you, and other positives. If you think about virtues and vices, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, peace, right? Joy, hope. Love is the beginning. Love is the beginning of the end. Love is the beginning of virtue, and love is the end of vice. Cleanliness is next to godliness is the key to existence, because cleanliness requires order and control and understanding and management. If your life is disorganized and unmanageable, it's because that's the way your mind is operating. You must first clear your mind. You must first have a sober mind. Godliness is a quality to which all of us are aspiring, regardless if we are aware of it or not. Godliness is simply sovereignty. You are the only sovereign in your existence. You have no control over anyone else but you. That's your sovereignty. No one else has any control over you unless you acquiesce your right to determine your existence. That is godlike. What do gods do? Gods create and recreate. And in the recreation, there is often decreation, where you must dissemble an engine in order to clean it, reassemble it, reinstall it, and reuse it. But now it's bigger and better than it was before because you exercised sovereign, determinative, intentional will over this inanimate object. It's the same thing with life. You are the engine of your life. You are the mind of your life. You are the architect, the engineer of your life. Part of your life is creation, and the other part of your life is reaction. Because when you create a moment, it will very often involve other people with whom you have to do, with whom you have to relate. And that is the part that challenges your sovereignty, as you only have control over what you do in a situation. You don't have any control over what a person does with information that you give. They might overreact. They might get overwhelmed. They might be underwhelmed. They might not be impressed at all. That's something out of your control. The only thing you have under your control is how you react and respond to those opportunities that come your way that are naturally set in motion by other people's decisions besides yours. But each of us is our own sovereign. And the tidiest way to exercise that dominion is to be as organized as possible in your existence, which means that eliminating the detritus of the flotsam and jetsam that wash up on the shore of your life. If your beach is just littered with detritus, it's going to feel overwhelming. And the feeling of overwhelmingness, or the feeling of being overwhelmed, is that of an adolescent child. An adult male, an adult female who is mature is a Jedi master of their existence. They have control over their thoughts. They have control over their emotions. They have control over their actions. They have control over their imaginations. They have control over their communications, and they have control over their decisions and actions. Cleanliness is next to godliness because godliness is that characteristic to which we are all aspiring. And that would be joy and happiness, contentment. And that comes from the creativity of every person's individual decisions. Some person says, this is the house I want, these are the cars I want, and in order for me to do that, I have to sacrifice this, that, or the other. Or I have to work this, that, or the other to create this. And then somebody else creates that, and somebody else creates that, and we are all creating our own Mount Olympuses where the gods can revel and dine in peace and harmony and joy and celebration. But that requires discipline. And a disciplined existence requires work. And work is a 4-letter word. It's hard. But that's what life is. Life is hard. Life is work. But the reciprocity of existence is that which you put in is that which you get out. And if the output that you are receiving is less than satisfactory to you, then you need to change the input. Which might mean in order for you to make significant changes in your input, you might just have to eliminate the negative or the negatives. What is it that your life needs to be in order for you to be the best that you can be? Only you can determine what that is for you to change. You might listen to a video, you might read a book about 12 highly effective disciplines that successful people practice. And you might only come away with 1 or 2 or maybe all 12. Like, yeah, I'm going to do all these. I'm going to do all these. Great. Start. And then it's 6 months later. Your life is a journey. And if you don't prepare for the hike as you go up into the mountains for 3 or 4 days, and you run out of food or you run out of water or something happens for which you did not prepare, that is the polar opposite of preparation. If you fail to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Or if you only prepare A, B, C, and D, you're not going to get E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Why didn't I get the results I was looking for? Well, what was your input? Well, yeah, can we talk about something else? Cleanliness is next to godliness, meaning the mind of a God is clear. Clear. No regrets about the past. No anxiety about the future. There's planning for the future. There's learning from the past, but it's not debilitating. It's emancipating. It's not debilitation, it's emancipation. You are supposed to think about your past in order to prevent the same mistake in the future, which then now cycles us back around to the whole reincarnation principle from the previous video. Your past exists. You can go into the past in the power and space of your own mind. And it is not to beat yourself up. It is to observe and learn how to remedy the malady that is your decision-making process, that is your time management, that is your mental health. You are putting effort into your mental health, regardless if you understand it or not. Your operating system, which is your subconscious mind, is always in operation. It never sleeps. It just changes programs. And right now, the program that is running for me is my Audi's awareness. Hi, I'm Travel. Hello, hello, it's me. Hello, see, hi. So where's my sleeper? Where's my dreamer? Where is he? When I go to sleep tonight and this guy goes to sleep, who is it that wakes up in the dream simulation? Who is that? And is he aware that his Audi is asleep? And now it's his turn to then take control of the simulation. That is what I'm going to call Field of Dreams. Wow, Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, he will come. The Field of Dreams. The field is the area, it's the space. It's a metaphor. Believing in yourself. Building that baseball diamond. People come along and they say, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm building a baseball diamond." "What are you doing?" This is like you're a farmer. You just tore up money. You just tore up profit. Yeah, but I'm investing in something that's going to be more profitable, more monetarily valuable. But you have naysayers. So, next video, we'll talk about the messianic complex. This has been another exciting adventure of Pensamientos de Viejo. Soy Travel Mateus. Until next time.